What's going on, y'all? Today we're going to be going to South by Southwest. We actually got invited by this summer camp, or not summer camp, but it's a camp where it's kind of year round. They do summer camp, winter camp, spring break camp. I used to come here, but I haven't been able to come anymore. But now they invited me back to come to South by Southwest for the technology part. So I'm gonna be taking y'all with me, taking y'all through my experience, and just taking y'all with me throughout one of my daily life days, just like a regular vlog, and so I can know a little bit more about me. It's just a little field trip they invited me to, so it's a privilege I can be able to go. I know not many people are able to go, but thankfully they gave me the opportunity to come. Okay, yeah, so we made it to the convention center right now. Right now we're in the restroom. Just had to sneak out real quick just to get the script in. Right now we're in the convention center. These are the restrooms. They're kind of nice, honestly. A little fancy, in my opinion. Or just like nice. And yeah, I mean, this is the convention center right now, and I'll show you what's inside in a second. All right, yeah. So there has been a delay right now for the entrance. It'll be about 10 minutes late. So far, the experience so far is really nice. The environment is nice right now. The convention center is it's a nice spot in general. So it'll be interesting what they have inside right now. Hi, I'm here with the producer.
My name is Darren Emerson. I'm the director of Letters from Drancy, which is a Holocaust VR film showing here at South by Southwest, and I was the creative director of the other two films that are showing here as well.
So my main question for you is, what motivates you to make this kind of presentation?
Well, we were commissioned to make these films by the Illinois Holocaust Museum, who are the second largest Holocaust museum in the US, and really, it was a challenge to make these stories in virtual reality about some Holocaust survivors who were like children at the time. So these are like the last living Holocaust survivors, the last generation of Holocaust survivor. And we made it in VR for the museum, but part of that is trying to get them out to audiences. And so South by Southwest and this exhibition is a big part of that.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm understanding the film is already packed for today. It's all full. I won't be able to watch it today. But what would be the main key things that you think come out in this kind of film?
These are stories told from the perspective of children at the time. The survivors are named Marion, Rhodey, and Doris, and they were like small kids. They don't deal with even though it's a Holocaust, they don't deal with concentration camps. They're slightly different stories, like sort of more untold stories of the Holocaust. I think they're all different stories, and they're all set in different places. But I think the common theme is around really like how people can affect change, essentially. How like somebody can stand up or be an upstander in a certain situation and save people's lives. So all of these young children are here today as like 90-year-old women because somebody did something. And I think that's a really important thing for us to be able to communicate, in the sense of like, the world that we live in right now. There's lots of war and arguments around sort of binary issues, be that politics or gender or racism or stuff like that. That actually, like, when you see something like that happening, what the museum want is to encourage people to stand up to that and do something. And the problem, obviously, with the Holocaust is that not it was allowed to take place until people realized what was happening. So it's we don't want to see that again. So that's sort of the main sort of message of these films, I guess.
Sounds good. And are you happy with how everything came out right now, or is there anything you would want to fix in the later future with this kind of film?
No, I mean, look, we've been making virtual reality films now for about 10 years. So we're very experienced at doing it. We're really happy with these films. They're getting a really amazing response from people, for emotional response. So I think they're doing their job, you know. I mean, working in VR is always difficult because the technology is constantly changing. It's still at a stage where it's quite difficult to exhibit. It can be technically quite difficult, quite expensive to exhibit. But what you get once, you know, even though you've got all those kind of issues and those frictions about how you exhibit and show people, once they're into virtual reality, the effect of the intimacy and the connection to the virtual reality is really profound. So that means that they take away like a greater sense of empathy, a greater connection to the story, and I think that's what the gift really of VR is.
Gotcha. Okay. And is there any motivational words you want to give to the public, whether they want to follow this kind of industry or in their life path?
I would say like the immersive industries and XR in particular and virtual reality is a very welcoming community. It's a very welcoming industry. We're all experimenting. We're all trying to figure out how we work in this environment and with this technology. And technology is always changing. So if you're young and you want to get into like storytelling and immersive storytelling, this is a great time to do it. And because there's a lot changing and it's a really good time. So yeah, you know, get involved.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
No worries.
It was an honor meeting you.
Yeah, thank
you for this film right here. It's
No worries.
really interesting.
Cool.
Sadly, I won't be able to watch it, but
maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It
Cool.
was an honor.
Thank you.
The one where it's pointing in direction, that's where you should be punching towards. Up. Back. Uppercut. Hi, welcome in. My name is Jose. I'm here with
Logan Davis.
So Logan, what exactly is this project you have here?
So this is called The Tint. It's an augmented reality modern fairy tale. It's set out in LA. It's created using augmented reality on the iPad Pro. It uses volumetric capture for the actor and photogrammetry for the sets. I was a 3D artist on the project and helped clean up the stuff so that it would work on the iPad.
Got it.
Yep.
So what would you say the message is trying to convey on the audience that's watching?
Well, what would you say the message is?
Well, from my experience,
Please.
I would say I'm not sure. Well, I feel like it's two theories. So
Yeah.
my first theory could be maybe the person does feel lonely, like you said. So
Yeah.
they're trying to keep company, so she doesn't kick out the other person that's there. Or my second theory is she doesn't want to feel like the bad guy in the story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like my two main theories that I have about it.
I think my main idea with the story is that it just helps you reflect on, you know, your experiences and how you see the world, and so it just helps you consider how this might affect you if you are placed in the same situation. So I don't think there's necessarily one way to think about it, but just makes you think.
And then what would you say is the main motivation for this project, or is it...
We were all working together on previous projects, and then Martha, the writer of it, came up with a really nice story, and we were able to use some of the technology that we had used in the previous projects to help make this work. Yeah.
And then my last question is, what would you recommend for any audience out there trying to pursue this kind of career, or motivational words you would have for them?
Motivational words for people. I think find your people. Find the people that think creatively the same way you do, and because I live across the country in North Carolina, and everyone else is in LA, and so We just connected because we do similar work, but we worked on this because we thought it was a cool project. So yeah, just
So would you say this helps you keep your connections with everybody?
oh yeah, because it's a creative expression. It's something that you know is was outside of normal work, and so we were able to work on something that was fun and a neat experience like this. Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for your
yeah.
time.
Thanks for being here.
It's
Thanks
an
for turning
honor,
out.
you know.
Yeah, really awesome.
What would you say the messages for this kind of project?
So, well, there are two things we're doing here with this project. The first message is about how do we respond to I suppose, the global crisis of the unhoused, or in some countries we call it homelessness. It is a story narrative that starts like touch, so it feels like it's fun using cinematic techniques with the technology, but eventually it gets slightly darker. I'm not going to give it away because that's giving the spoilers. So that's sort of the first sort of main message of the piece. But equally, we wanted to look at how do we bring in storytelling from the cinematic world, using directors of photography and looking at the lighting and the user journeys in a way that isn't just a diorama on your table and that's it. You know, can we scan things through and take people like you would as if you were making a film? So yes, we've kind of tried to experiment and cross over those two mediums more to help with the storytelling.
So would you say the meaning for you making this film is to show how the housing or not having people that have problem with housing is the message,
Yeah, I think the main message is about how do you as a person deal with it. What decisions do you make if a tent pitches up on your front yard?
Gotcha.
Right? What choices do you make? Do you call the police? Do you do something else about it? And it's the same as when we walk the streets and we walk past people. But what we didn't want to do is to be sort of all somber and create a piece of work that's just heavy rooted at the beginning. We wanted it to feel more like as if you were watching a really good piece of theatre or a brilliant kind of piece of TV, where it can use comedy and fun, but then it has a darker message occasionally that really then hits more. So yes, it is that, but I wouldn't say that it's all miserable from the beginning. It's trying to be a little bit of fun with it too. Yeah.
And are you happy with how it came out, or would there be anything you would want to fix in the later future?
Well, I think, this has been a stealth project for some of us. I mean, Mercantile Agency have led all of the development of it. And it came out of when we all connected in COVID. So we all do other things. We all do other projects with other clients, big projects, small projects. And this was like a little project that we sort of started tinkering with and just grew and grew and grew. So I think what would be really good next is to be able to look at maybe something that's more episodic, because this is episodic in two parts, but could we look at a story narrative that can run in 10 parts, for like a TV series? At the moment, each part is about 10 minutes, but we could look at maybe 7 minutes, because it's all about that sweet spot for audiences with this technology. I think it would be really lovely to have some support and funds to refine some of the drone capture footage that we get. Of course, budgets are always relating to what you can and can't achieve. So yeah, but then the next step is to tour it. So we're really keen to take this piece out, tour it in sort of over into Europe, tour it around America, and so yeah, that's kind of our big goal with it as it stands at the moment. And as well as maybe possibly put it in a headset, because it can go into a headset. We haven't put it in because we wanted to get as many people through this time and so iPads seemed like the best way to reach more audiences and to get that turnaround. But yeah, I think we'd be interested in trying to kind of look at the next bit of technology, because we could do that.
Would you say the budget was an issue in this kind of project, or
always is? I mean, it's the nature of this industry. It's quite indie. And the best projects come out of indie. Same with the music industry, you get the best kind of stuff. But then if you want something more shiny and refined, then you absolutely have to put more money into it. And it's brilliant in its own right for what it is. But if we were wanting to use this to promote, say, for a brand ad agency, then you need to there's kind of a different
Yeah.
plan, business model with it. So yeah, no, I think it's a fun little piece of work that is strong in its own right. But then to scale up and to reach more audiences, then we would definitely need more support and funds.
Got it. And would you say you have any motivational words or any advice you would give for anyone following this kind of industry?
Yeah, I think find people that you want to collaborate with, because that's how we worked. We all met and got on. It just seemed like the right fit. And we'd never worked together, any of us, before COVID, because we were all doing other stuff. And I do believe that when you find a synergy with creators, then do that, but tinker away at it. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you don't have to make something in 6 months. Unless you've been given that funding and that big corporate contract. There's something like this where you're experimenting with the technology, experimenting with the storytelling. Yeah, give yourself time.
Would you say this? Oh, that's my last question too. Sorry. Would you say Disney was I guess you could say an issue like it was for your partner, saying he was located at one location while his friends were at another? Is that something you had to go through as well?
Yeah, so we're global. So we're all from all over. I'm originally from London, the UK, and was working away in the UK. And it was interesting when we're trying to jump on calls and the time zone difference. But because it's immersive, you can do things remotely. We're in an industry where we don't all have to go sit in the same office together anymore. The world has changed. And I think it's changed for the better. People need to embrace remote working. I believe that now that everybody's so used to using Zoom, Google, whatever it might be to do meetings, we don't all have to be together. You can connect with anyone over the world, and I really do believe in like a global reach and a global reach for your collaborators and your team. So yeah, in some ways it might be different, but in other ways it's positive. So it's good both.
Well, thank you so much for your
Great.
time, and I appreciate it. It's an
Okay.
honor.
No, it's great. Thank you so much for coming to see it. I'm really pleased that you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see it out in the world very soon. And we'll be able to continue making more content, more stories to tell. Brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, that's right, because it'll actually create momentum, the moment of weight.
And it moves like that. You have to compute all the
weight distribution across.
Hi, I'm Jose, and I'm here with
I'm Takahiro.
Hiro. So Takahiro, what exactly is your project?
This project is to protect natural environment by creating a robot.
And what does your robot do exactly?
Yeah, our robot can protect nature by collecting data such like temperature, humidity, and our robot also has a camera, so it can get some images.
And then can we see your robot?
Okay, sure. Just a moment, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is current version of our robot.
Got it. You said that was the old version, right?
Yeah, previous.
This is the new version now.
Mhm.
So what would you say is the main difference in the technology you have? Like,
Main technology of this robot. Main technology. Main technology. We have design skills and to create circuit skills and to control this robot's skill.
as the new technology has been out, let's say like AI, for instance, has that made it easier for you and your groups to make this kind of projects?
How to say, the technology of using AI in this robot. This robot has a camera and image recognition systems. So it is so useful to detect object, what kind of the object. This robot can distinguish.
Got it. Like you said, like environmental, let's say temperature changes and all that. Does it also help predict the temperature is going to be set?
Yeah, like.
Got it. Well, thank you so much. It was an honor. Thank you for showing us your amazing product.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can see it soon in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so what they're trying to do here is having a zero lag full speed remote driving, but it can be used in construction, it can be used in driving cars. They're trying to, the main point they're trying to get through here is just trying to get for construction, driving around, and it's actually pretty interesting what they have here. They're trying to create it without zero lag. Usually when you have any kind of connection with some kind of device or product, they don't have some kind of lag in between, but they're claiming that it's a zero lag full speed remote driving, so it should be a pretty cool, interesting thing. Right here they have a little race they did with it, demonstrating the work. It's a pretty cool example.
Hi, so my name is Jose, and I'm here with.
I'm Jose.
It was that?
Jose, yeah. My name is Jose, yeah.
Oh, cool.
See,
That's a funny coincidence.
it's different one, but
Oh, gotcha. So mine's Jose. His is like this.
yeah, Housei. Jose from Japan. Yeah.
What exactly is your project you're trying to?
Okay, so what we are doing the quick and easy motion capture for everyday training. So we have 2 GoPro cameras, and we can track our body like this. So with these 2 cameras track, we reconstruct the 3D motion of the people. So, for example, so in our system, we attach the camera to the goal like this.
Got it.
And yeah, these 2 cameras will reconstruct the 3D CZ of the player like this. So, for example, this is a camera view, and this is a 3D CZ view. And you can change, because this is 3D CZ, you can change the viewpoint from any kind of place. And we can also track several people, like from this video, we can convert it to this kind of 3D CZ. And you know, you can check the, for example, position of the goalkeeper, or the, for example, how much pressure he's getting to the shooter, for example.
Got it.
And also you can compare the motion of the professional player with the amateur player, for example. So like this red one is a professional player's data, so that you can know the difference of the motion, for example. And you can even change the direction you check it. So for example, when you see from the side, you can know the difference of the arms movement. So this is how our system works. We can also get the graph from these 3D tracking data, and we can use it for any kind of sports. You know, we only need 2 cameras to capture this, and for the basketball, volleyball, or anything you can do. Yeah.
Would you say with the technology we have in today's world, has it made it easier to make this kind of system work?
Yeah. So sorry.
Would you say that with the kind of technology we have now, has it made it easier for you?
Yeah, it is. So we use, for example, in here we utilize AI technologies of the motion capture, and also, yeah, this 3D CZ model is also, usable only if we have a good PC, right? But yeah, we currently have a good PC for everyone. So yeah.
What would you say is the main challenge when you were creating this?
Okay, so the main challenge is getting the accurate motion capture for many different scenes. So it is very challenging to use this kind of cheap camera to track the body very correctly. But yeah, we tried a lot of times with different settings, and finally we came out with this. Yeah.
Got it. And when you were making this, what was your main intention? Was it to improve your performance, or was it just for more to get yourself in camera and see what you can do?
Yeah. This main reason is for the training, developing the talent. So for example, there is only once, the match game is only once a week, but we have practice every day, right?
Yeah.
So if we can get the data from everyday practice, you can know a lot more for example, what point you have to improve, and if you compare with your performance in 1 month ago, you can now
See the progress,
your progress as well. So this is mainly for the developing the talents of the player. Yeah.
Gotcha. And would you say, are you satisfied with how the product is, or would you like to improve anything about this product?
Sure, we have to improve a lot of stuff. For example, like currently we are focusing on the goalkeeper, but we want to get more like for the defender or midfielder and more. So we have to make the area we can do the 3D tracking to more wider area, and also we have to also talk with a lot of professional players and professional teams to use our system and also to improve our system. Yeah.
Okay, and then one quick last question.
Yeah.
To be a little bit random, who did you choose, Messi or Ronaldo?
Okay. Messi for me.
Messi? And why is that?
He won the World Cup.
Okay.
That's the point.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. It was an honor.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I know that's a little bit different than usual. It is just a daily vlog for what I did today, my first day of spring break. But yeah, so I know it's a little different compared to my normal content, which is around about the gym or bobbing around the gym, anything around that. But hope you enjoy. Subscribe if you liked, drop a like as well, and see you on the next one. Peace.